So this might be the most controversial video I've made yet, and I don't really mean for it to be. But today we're going to be talking about what I believe it means to be a man and how that phrase has changed for me as I've grown up over the years. This is a topic that I've grown more passionate about over the last few years, and I think we really should be supporting men, not breaking them down into things that society deems as needed. Real men are needed in this world, and it's up to all of us to be pushing forward through all the scrutiny. It seems as though there's been this societal push to demonize what would normally be seen as a man activity: exercise, providing for your household, emotions. We'll get more into that because I don't really agree with not showing emotions, but those main things, it feels like, are being pushed to the back, and men are being told to stop being this prominent figure in people's lives. It doesn't help either that all of the world's problems are trying to be blamed on men. It seems as though, like, on social media and stuff, and I understand that's not what the majority of people think, but it doesn't help when men are seeing that online and are being demonized online, as well as kind of being told to stop being themselves. So we'll dive a bit into that. If you're a man that's millennial, Gen Z, you've probably heard growing up that, you should just be a man, be a man. And that was ingrained in me growing up, My dad was never like a be a man kind of guy, but it was always a don't show emotion, be the provider, that kind of thing. And again, like the not crying or showing emotion and always putting others before yourself, your own needs. And though I do believe these things have merit, the idea of being a man has changed for me from these prior definitions over the years. And not only that, but I kind of wanted to make this video just from observing how soft people are. And I understand I sound like a boomer yelling at a cloud right now. I'm not even 30, okay? But it's just so insane how it feels like men nowadays are raised so soft. It kind of makes me happy, though, going online sometimes and seeing how men are kind of like trying to bring back the old way of like being a man. Hopefully not in the toxic way. Like, the ultra macho man stereotype is super obnoxious, and I will agree that that can be somewhat of a toxic personality trait. But telling men to stop doing the things that men used to be expected to do, I think, is diminishing the lives of all of these individuals. Because when I was 18, I definitely fell into this line of being soft and no depth of a personality at all as a man. The idea of doing anything that was deemed as masculine, I was just afraid of being judged for doing and saying things that I really did believe in, but, I saw society saying I shouldn't be doing this anymore. So I was like, oh, okay, maybe I shouldn't do that. Yeah. And then I was just listening to what everybody was saying, but I wasn't listening to me. And again, once I snapped out of that, honestly, I do believe that you as a man have a duty to protect your friends, family, and the people around you that you care about. And I also believe that men should aim to support their family as much as humanly possible. Like, my main goal in life right now is to give my soon-to-be wife the ability to never have to worry about money again, so she can either work part-time or not at all. And one thing that I said that she really perked up at was hopefully one day I can give her, like, not an allowance, but hey, spend as much money, spend under this amount every single month, and we're chilling. You don't even have to tell me about it, just you can go spend it. Like, that's my goal, right? I want her to have the best life that she possibly can, and then that's going to require me to obviously be a provider, do as many things as possible to provide that life as like that I want, Men should also be dangerous, but not violent. Like, a dangerous man is a powerful one. A violent man is shallow and weak. You should not be confrontational, but you should stand your ground for what you believe in. You do not back down from your morals or to please someone else. You should aim to understand people, not to control them. Being dangerous does not mean looking for a fight. Being dangerous means you are capable of guiding people to a solution in times of need and taking the reins when everything feels uncertain. If you're a man listening to this right now, I'm just going to tell you, stop listening to the people who are telling you that the way you act is wrong and to drop the masculine nature of who you were just born as, okay? Now again, this does not mean to be obnoxiously arrogant, but to be respectful, strong in your mind and physically, driven and deliberate. Respect everybody you come into contact with. I'm going to make a video on this in the future, but ma'am, sir, yes please, no thank you, have a great day, that kind of stuff. Greetings, talking to people, looking people in the eyes. You should aim to be respected. And also be deliberate in your actions. Do not say things, do not do things, do not just go about your day without a deliberate plan of action in certain situations. Think about the consequences of your actions and try to do them in a way that will create the best situation possible while also maintaining your own moral character and stuff like that. Men showing emotion is fine, like I said earlier. But when a situation calls for you to be the one to hold everyone else up as things are falling down around you, I honestly believe it's your calling to be the one to keep everything afloat. It might weigh on you mentally for a little bit, but I promise you, being the person that everybody looks to is one of the best feelings you will ever get, and it'll be so satisfying and give you such a great, motivation to continue doing what you're doing and being on the path that you're on. If you ever do have to be that person and take on the burden of everybody else, I really do encourage all of you guys to talk to somebody. Don't just hold it in. I really want you to be able to vent and release anything that's been pent up inside of you. Because the one thing I do support is men seeking help and trying to be better for themselves after all of this happens. Not showing emotion does not mean holding it in forever. You know, the self-ending rates of men is 3-4 times higher than women. So again, I'm not calling for you guys to just suck it up, okay? That's not what this video is. But this video is saying, be the guy everyone can look to, but also take care of yourself when it's needed. It's also one of those things where you cannot help others if you're not helping yourself. So again, if you feel like this is something that needs to be preventative so it doesn't happen and you can actually be there for people, I'd recommend talking to someone, finding outlets that you can vent. My fiance always asks me why I never cry. And it's not because I don't want to or because I'm too much of a man to cry. Like, I've cried before. I've cried in front of her, right? But I genuinely learned how to handle my feelings and how to think out all of the solutions that I could possibly take in order to make a situation better. I kind of talked about this in my last video, but yeah, I literally just cry once in a while, but I've learned what works for me in terms of support systems and strategies to cope with life struggles, because we're all going to go through it. Life is brutal and none of us are exempt from just the stresses that it will put on you. I'm just going to end this video off by saying, men, all you men that are watching this, just don't bend the knee to the ones who don't understand you. Like everyone telling you to stop being so masculine and stop doing all the things that you think you should be doing. They don't understand you as a person. So just keep working to become the respectful, driven, understanding, and strong young men that you're meant to be. Your purpose in life will be realized when you pursue those goals. Everyone's goal or everyone's life purpose is different. So don't compare yourself to others, as we're all on our own journeys with our own idea of what we need to be. And that idea of what we need to be is for ourselves, friends, and family. Thank you guys so much for watching. And remember, men, stay strong, get help if you need it, and be the one that everyone can depend on.